Now nearly all those I loved and did not understand in my youth are dead. But I still reach out to them. Of course, now I'm too old to be much of a fisherman, and now I usually fish the big waters alone, although some friends think I shouldn't. But when I am alone in the half-light of the canyon, all existence seems to fade to a being with my soul and memories, and the sounds of the big Blackfoot River and a 4-count rhythm, and the hope that a fish will rise. Eventually, all things merge into one, and a river runs through it. The river was cut by the world's great flood and runs over rocks from the basement of time. On some of the rocks are timeless raindrops. Under the rocks are the words, and some of the words are theirs. I am haunted by waters.
Oh hey there, my name's Kev, but some people know me as
the guy who's trying to catch every fish in Final Fantasy XIV.
How many fish are there in Final Fantasy XIV, sir?
Actually, there are currently 1,716 recordable fish in Final Fantasy XIV.
Oh, my fishing rod. That's right, I'm on a journey to catch 1,700 and holy crap, that's a lot of fish. How the hell am I supposed to do that? Of all the professions one could undertake in 14, fishing seems to be the least profitable and maybe the most time-consuming.
This is true.
Some of you may be asking, why fishing? And to you, I would pose the question,
why not fishing?
Yeah, why not? It's the most excited I've sounded in months.
I've been playing 14 for 3+ years now and never touched a crafter or gatherer.
That's because you don't have any inventory space.
Look at me!
But I always knew fishing would be my first for a few reasons. My friend Sorrel is part of the Eorzean Aquarium.
I love the aquarium.
And I've always felt a special kinship with the aquarium because it was one of my first creative video projects.
I remember that video.
Plus, it's the perfect example of a community-driven initiative that just makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. It gets my balls all tingly and—
Dude, calm down.
Plus, there's Matsuya and Endwalker. I failed to sell his fish and thought I would be responsible for his ultimate downfall and death.
You monster.
And after that day, I vowed that I would change the world through fishing. Make Doma great again, one fish at a time. Through the power of fishing, we will rebuild Doma from the ground up. The journey began as most tend to. This is the journey to 1,000 fish. How many fish is there, Sorrel? At the Fisherman's Guild in Limsa Laminsa. Sissy poo. But I admit that I wasn't quite prepared for the atrocious allotment of alliteration and puns that I was about to reel in. And that's the long and short of it. When you're ready for another bite of bait, I'll reel you in before the guildmaster. I think that was a little too much for me. I wasn't expecting all of that. Maybe next time. I dare say that I looked the part of a fisherman. I'm ready to do some fishing here. Okay. But a fisherman I had not yet become, for I had yet to catch my first fish. Undiscovered. Okay, everything's undiscovered here, huh? The basics of fishing seem pretty simple. These are the steps of fishing. You bait, cast, hook, and then quit. But little did I know how unready I was for the dopamine hit that I would receive upon catching my first fish.
Yes! Yes!
I was feeling pretty good. However, it felt like something was missing. Wait, I wish they would show the fish. How come they haven't implemented this yet? Surely it can't be that hard. It doesn't show it on your screen? I don't see shit. There's nothing here. My game's broken? That's right. In addition to the newfound joy that fishing seemed to bring me, FFXIV can't see fish. I also received the greatest gaslighting experience of my life. There's a fish in his hand! Wait, this whole time? I spent the next 10 minutes researching this invisible fish problem. He's not holding shit because that's all I ever saw. Wait, I thought that was just a game limitation. Only to find out that I had hallucinated Fruity Snacks holding a fish this whole time. You're pulling my leg? Wait, there's a fish in Fruity's video. Is it there? Is he not holding a fish? Yo! I thought that was a fish. Dude, I don't need to take any of this. I don't need you. The journey continued, but it wasn't until long when I faced my next biggest challenge. What do you mean? Come on. How come I don't get like my own tackle box though? I feel like I should get one of those, you know? You see, everything in my inventory is very near and dear to me. It would be a challenge to accommodate more space for fishing shenanigans. So it's a good thing that I have a penchant for solving complex problems using my big brain. I'm gonna take some stuff from here and put it in here. I decided I'd tackle each Lenosha zone one at a time. Triple exclamation points, let's freaking go. It gets away? What do you mean it got? You scared the fish away! Catching all the fish available to me at the moment and finally returning to Limsa when a quest was made available. I got a chub! I got a chub right now. What? I would avoid any fish that had any special requirements, deciding I'd come back and revisit those another time. I was literally swimming in fish. Yo, what the? Wait, is that me? I got an oyster! And the experience was very comfy, relaxing. It was chill. There's nothing like a calm evening, wonderful music permeating the silence. Matthew McConaughey. The McConaughey. Hanging by the lakeside and oh look, it's a fish! A four-eyed fish! Four-eyed fish! Alas, the peace would not last. For only a few days into my journey, my newest and greatest challenge presented itself.
Welcome to the Fish Cord's newest fishing derby, Baited.
Presented by Fruity and the good folks of the Fish Cord, I was introduced to another cool community event, this time in the form of a competition. The rules of the derby were simple. The community would strive to collect 651 predetermined fish, but the catch, only 15 specified baits were allowed to be used. The community would have 1 week to complete this challenge within those parameters. In addition, players could submit their big fish catches for individual scoring. I wasn't quite sure if I would participate in this event because, quite frankly, I didn't think I'd be able to contribute much. And I was sort of correct, because within a few days, it seemed that a good majority of the 651 fish available had been logged. And I figured if there were any fish that I was capable of catching, somebody else probably snagged it already. But I knew that as a small fish in a big pond, if I wanted to make a name for myself and cement my legacy as more than just
the guy who's trying to catch every fish in Final Fantasy XIV,
then I couldn't let this opportunity pass me by. If I couldn't catch one fish for this derby, there's no way I could catch
every fish in Final Fantasy XIV.
I decided I would participate in the individual scoring. I would need to catch a big fish, but to do that, I needed big help. Must be submitted before November 9th, so I have very little time here, so I need to get going on this. Here's the list of big fish available for individual scoring. I asked Sorrel to help me identify which of these fish were ARR accessible. We narrowed down the list from 71 to 16. Sorrel then provided me the criteria for catching these fish, so I would have an idea of how much I needed to grind before even attempting to snag one. I found my target, the Helicoprion. It had the lowest hole level, so I figured this would be my best shot. In hindsight, I would soon learn that the hole level didn't really matter. It was the gathering and perception stats that would be the biggest obstacle, and all these big fish were pretty much hanging around the same ranges. I wasn't sure how high of a level I would need to be to achieve these stats, but currently sitting at level 28, I decided to aim for level 50, and thus began the greatest training arc of my career. I imagine ocean fishing for fishers is like Vegas for gamblers, except you can't really lose. In fact, all I did was win. And when those spectral currents hit, it's like a shot of endorphins straight through your very soul. Oh shit! Oh shit, here it comes! Yo, we got a spectral current! Let's fucking go! Wait, alright, this is my time to shine. Not only was I making a huge dent in my quest to
catch every fish in Final Fantasy XIV.
Fishmonger! Oh, that's a 4 freaking star! What the hell? Ooh! I was leveling like crazy. Dude, I leveled up like crazy. For me, ocean fishing would be the key to reaching my level goal and having the chance at a big fish before this derby ended. Heaven skin fish population! Before my first ocean fishing trip, I leveled from 28 to 36 through my usual means. And after my first ocean fishing trip, I had leveled from 36 to 41 in just a fraction of the time. After my second trip, I was level 46. Sweeper! I got a... It was around this time when I started learning about some of the tools that not just fishers, but other crafters and gatherers use to aid themselves. I want to have a candid discussion about it and hear your opinions, as well as community consensus. Now, Sorrel had introduced Carbuncle Plushie to me a bit earlier, and I was planning to use it to track the spawn times for the Helicoprion. It seems like a lot of fishers use this tool. I then learned about the Gather Buddy plugin, which seemed very much like Carbuncle Plushie plus some extra tools without having to tab out. The deeper and harder I dipped my rod into the proverbial fishing hole, the more impossible it seemed to keep track of and catch all these fish without the use of these tools. So, what is your opinion on this in general? How does the community feel about the usage of such things? What about this little doohickey that I would eventually have in the top corner of my screen? Is this too much? Let me know in the comments. Back to the grind. After some questing and a third fishing trip, I found myself at level 53, well past my goal. I commissioned my friend Keylime for a set of level 50 crafted gear, got myself a level 50 Grand Company rod, and still found myself a bit short of the stats I needed. Yeah, this isn't quite enough, huh? It was recommended to level a bit more to the next big jump in gear, so back to ocean fishing. After my fourth trip, I found myself at level 57, and for the first time, placed in the top 10 on the boat. One last fishing trip to get me to 60, and with a new set of Ironworks gear, I was just about ready to catch my first big fish. At this point, I learned a little bit about collectibles and scripts and was able to get myself a new rod. Yo, that's freaking hot. What the hell? I'm gonna buy that. And so, fully kitted out, it was finally time to catch myself a Helicoprion. Gather booty, gather booty. Here we go, this is it. It's our time to shine. What's going on, Nomad? Here in the Sogoli Desert of southern Thanalan is where this battle would take place. Like most big fish, the Helicoprion is only available under certain conditions. Time. This fish only shows itself between 8 AM to 8 PM Eorzean time. Weather. There must be a heat wave occurring, but only a heat wave that succeeds cloudy or foggy weather. Finally, a Helicoprion can only be caught when mooching a storm rider, meaning I would need to catch a large enough storm rider to use as bait. Now normally, a storm rider could be caught using sand leeches. However, due to the restrictions of the derby, I would be using sand geckos to catch it. These perfect conditions would last about 11 minutes in total. This would be my only window to catch the Helicoprion before the derby ended. As my mentor, the great Eminem, once said, "You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime." Yo. The window was open. I casted my line faster than Graha threw wide the gates. Which isn't very fast, I suppose. I had 11 minutes, 10 minutes, 9 minutes, 8 minutes. Time was passing and I had yet to catch my Storm Rider. We need a Storm Rider? Come on, Riders of the Storm. Storm Rider? Hello, Storm Rider. Sandfish! The moments continued. Trepidation filled the air. The sun was setting, the light giving way to darkness just as my hope gave way to the grim idea that I would fail. And then, about 7 minutes in, it happened. Storm Rider! Let's fucking go! I got a Storm Rider, bitches! I had caught my Storm Rider and mooched that bitch faster than Graha threw wide the—
You already used that line?
Sorrel, what are you doing here?
I don't know. You're the editor.
Sorrel, you're not supposed to be here right now.
No, please. Ah!
Finally, I felt it. A tug on my rod. Something was biting. Could it be? Come on! Let's go! This is it! This is it, baby! No! No! Okay, so I failed in my attempt to catch the helicoprion, but I wasn't going to just give up here. I was determined to catch something for this derby. The dendeki, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, was my next target, and its window would be available in just a few minutes. I'd have to catch a silverfish or assassin betta fish first, which normally requires the usage of honeyworm bait, but I decided I would purchase and try using streamers instead. I guess this is a good time to mention that out of the 15 approved baits, I was currently only using these 4. I either didn't know how or where to get the others, or just didn't have the levels to use them. So I guess I was using these 5 now. I made my way over to the Dendeki Den, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch a silverfish or assassin betta. Perhaps one of the other baits that I couldn't access at the moment would have been the right choice. The Imperial Goldfish was next on the list. Now, unlike most big fish, the Imperial Goldfish didn't have a specific window. It was always available to be caught. Sadly, I would also need to catch and mooch 3 silverfish in order to catch and mooch 3 goldfish in order to catch 3 junglefish to open up a fisher's intuition window. And also, by the way, I would need to use the junglefish to snag the Imperial Goldfish. Man, some of these things are really complicated, huh? I went to the area to see if I could even catch a silverfish, and I was able to grab one eventually. But I figured it would take way too much time to catch 3 of these large enough to mooch, and also not fail any of these mooching cycles before my derby window ended. So it was off to the next big fish. This would be the last one that I would attempt, and if I failed, I conceded to catching nothing for the derby. The Pirate's Bane is another big fish that is always available. I would need to catch and mooch 6 Murthor gobies in order to catch 6 wahoos, which would open up a fisher's intuition window, allowing the Pirate's Bane to be caught. A wahoo would then need to be used to catch the Pirate Bane. Lugworms are the recommended bait for Murthor gobies, but lucky for me, goby balls seem to do the trick. I decided to buy some cordials for this endeavor, pulling out all the stops for my last attempt. Fortunately for me, the gobies were biting at a very high rate. Okay, we can get Murthor gobies here easy frickin' peasy. But unfortunately for me, when I mooched them, it was silver sharks I was catching and very few wahoos. That's a silver shark again. In the first 7 attempts, I had caught 5 sharks and only 2 wahoos. That's the wahoo. Okay, we got the wahoo. Let's go. That's 2. But that's okay. It would only be a matter of time before I caught the requisite 6. After catching my 5th wahoo, I would make sure I was full on GP, so when I did catch my 6th, I'd be able to pop my makeshift bait skill, which in turn would allow me to mooch some of the smaller gobies I was getting, and in turn, mooch any smaller wahoos into the Pirate's Bane. This would also give me some GP to play with for chumming. Finally, I had caught my 6th wahoo. Oh shit, here we go. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Let's just chum it up as well. We're gonna chum it up. We have the window. Fisher's intuition is up. Okay, we need the goby into a wahoo and then into the thing. My Fisher's intuition window was open, and it looked like it would only last about a minute. I mooched my first goby and ended up catching a shark. I mooched my second goby and caught another shark. No! They gave me the silver shark so much. My Fisher's intuition window was pretty much closed at this point, but knowing how feasible the process was, I decided to give it another try. I'm now going to give you a live look at my recorded footage. Welcome to fishing. All right, we're so close. We were getting so many wahoos and then they just hit me with the shark. You played it? Oh, we played it well. Damn right, we played it well. We're here. We came with the plan. We're gonna execute the plan, baby. Okay, this is a wahoo. I'm pretty sure this is a wahoo here. That's the wahoo. We can't mooch it. Okay, we're gonna go ham. We're gonna go ham. We're gonna go ham. We're gonna go ham. We're going ham here. Everything's popped. We popped everything. Here we go. Okay. We got one goby. We're mooching it. We're mooching it. We need the wahoo. Give me the wahoo, you bitch. Oh, that's good. This is the wahoo. This is a wahoo for sure. This is a wahoo. That's a wahoo? That's a wahoo. Let's go. Wait. No silver shark. No silver shark. No silver shark. Come on. Come on.
It's a big boy! It's a big one! Let's go! Oh, shit.
Hell yeah. All right. Okay, hold on. There's still a little bit more work that we need to do here. You're telling me that this fish ain't worth shit? This fish should be worth like 10 billion gil. And that's the story of how I caught my first big fish in Final Fantasy XIV. In starting my quest to
Catch every fish in Final Fantasy XIV.
I understood why it would be difficult.
To catch every fish in Final Fantasy XIV.
Just because I had the right stats and was in the right place at the right time, it didn't necessarily mean that catching a big fish was a guaranteed thing. Go.
Ooh, I think I'm...
Beautiful.
Oh, that was good? Okay, cool.
Perhaps under normal circumstances and not under the restrictions of the derby, I may have had better success with the other big fish. Oh god, I changed you. Oh god, who is that? But I love the idea of this derby and hope to participate in more community events like this in the future. If anything, I learned quite a bit about the planning and preparation it would take to catch some of these fish, and the derby itself taught me how to think outside the tackle box. So here I am, many weeks later after catching the pirate's bane. With my one big fish caught, I ranked last and earned myself a cool little bronze badge for the fish cord. Currently, I have logged 189 out of 1,716 fish. I've taken a break from fishing to work on this video, but now that I'm done, it's time to get back to the grind. And by grind, I mean that I plan on taking things at a pretty calm pace. With no derby in sight, I can take my time to enjoy the fishing process, level up bit by bit, do my quests, and learn my skills.
I pretty much just been leaving a breadcrumb trail of gayness.
I think this will be a nice way to further inundate myself with the world of fishing and... Wait, what was that? There is the Dawn Trail Big Fish train being planned for 12/7. Oh my god. Guys, it's been a pleasure. All you fishing vets out there, feel free to drop some tips in the comments below. Come find us live on Twitch, link in the description, or here on this YouTube channel. Go watch my 3 years of Final Fantasy XIV experience video, and I'll see you here again for more fishing shenanigans when I have something substantial to report. Thank you for giving me the honor of your most valuable resource of all, your time. Keep pushing to the end of the year, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. So Sorrel's hitting me, right?
Let me try one more. Ah!
Okay, I think that was good.